signs you might be in love. This is according to thoughtcatalog.com. We're going to break it down, but first thoughts, 5 words or less.
Love.
You write cheesy guitar songs. Taylor Swift, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, sure, why not? This love.
When he moved a snail, that's when I knew. When my husband, then boyfriend, moved a snail out of harm's way because he knew that I was such a creature lover, that's when I instantaneously melted. I was like, I don't care if you're a serial killer, I love you. Number 1, do you like how they smell? It says now you can love someone while also thinking they smell like a garbage can, but more often than not, the person you love smells different and you become in tune with that and you crave the way they smell. What do you guys think about that?
I think that applies to everybody, because I'm not necessarily in love with somebody, but I may really like their smell because they smell different. Like my old neighbor, I remember this. We moved away when I was 9, but I still remember the way his house smelled, and it smelled like popcorn and marshmallows.
Your sense of smell is the one that's closely related to your sense of memory, and so a lot of the times you'll just smell something and be like, oh my God, that reminds me of creepy crawler goo that we used to cook in ovens back in the day, you know, and it's one of those things that's the smell thing is important, I think.
Okay, number 2, have you showed them something embarrassing for a reason you can't figure out? It says here, before we know it, we're spilling crazy details about ourselves that we haven't even said out loud before. Then you know you're in love. Do you agree with that?
I do that to everyone. So I spill details that are intimate to everyone I come across.
No shit.
So I feel like I'm just in love with everybody.
That's what that means.
Yeah, I love you guys, you know?
I feel like you share those things when you want to fall out of love with someone.
That's a good point.
Right? Like, I've had the clap 7 times. And they're like, yeah, we're not together anymore.
That's a good point. Number 3, are you thinking about their body differently? Okay, I love what this person wrote. This is what they wrote. When you start fantasizing about laying your head on someone's chest, you might be in love with them. And then they continue to go on. If you think about more than just sex, but of their naked body as some glorious canvas you want to please in every way possible, then you might just love them.
This person is 18 years old.
You're just saying
No,
that.
in the first line she says, as an 18-year-old, I thought I knew about love when I was 9, but now I've realized that this, and I was like, you don't know shit about love, you're 18! Go through your 20s and then realize that you've dicked around with all these horrible
14,
people.
15, 16, 17, your first love.
You can, but it's not.
Another side of that coin is you can never love someone the way you did when you were 18.
You can't. It just doesn't exist
you don't
that
have to
same
live
way.
with them. You get to frolic and meet in between and
you get to
sneak
say
out.
sorry. I got to go back to my mom's
Yeah.
house. But you can still have that
see them
problem
all
later.
the time.
Okay, number 4. Do they make you think differently about yourself? When you're in love with someone, it's like discovering a whole new beautiful person you never knew existed inside of you.
If you get with someone and they start and they think they can change you and turn you into more athletic and a non-smoker and all this.
I think it brings
It amplifies.
Because there is a certain amount of you want to be better for this person, and that happens, but then there's the other aspect of that person trying to change you a little bit.
They're like the spice that brings out the natural flavor of the meat.
I don't like the meat reference. I guess they're like the
they're
like the vanilla that brings out the natural flavor in a macaroon.
I know somebody, there you go. I know somebody that aren't happy.
Vegan? Did you just make this vegan?
I loved that.
2 points for me. Okay. Number 5, do you automatically include them in future long-term goals? If you start thinking about where you're going to move with them and the places you'll travel to and the people you'll become together, you might love them. I think you love them at that point.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
No,
But that scares people away. It's a bit
it's
too.
too
If
soon.
it's too soon, yeah, you'll scare the crap out of people
Be
trying
careful.
to make plans.
Don't mention that on date 3.
Yeah.
And number 6, are they suddenly present in other aspects of your life, even if they're not physically there? So she says, you might draw or paint or write or blog. Everyone has their thing. When your thing starts suddenly becoming about them, you might love them.
My thing's
Probably.
always about them.
My thing is Super Nintendo, and so I'm just I don't know how you're gonna beat that. You know.
You guys are making jokes out of this, but I think it's really sweet that an 18-year-old girl sat down and wrote this.
Yes, Bree.
I do.
I love that Bree said
She
that.
just made herself vulnerable, and that was a mistake. It's the 18. I'm
these
kidding.
two.
I'm kidding.
True, I mean,
of course, it's what I
whatever.
say. It's great. This is a reminder of what it's like to be 18 and in love.
She's like 5 douchebags away from actually knowing what she wants out of a relationship, though. That's my point.
Let her live now.
You know.
You know what? In Bree's defense and in her defense, she's pretty right about all of them.
Yeah, she's
But
just got her
whatever.
cheesy 18-year-old
Was there
way of
anything
explaining it.
that she missed out on, that she left off that list?
My bodily functions like gas. I think that's when you can do that in front of someone. I think that's how you know.
That's when you love them. That's
when
after you're
it's
in
real
love with
love.
them. That's when you love them.
After the fact.
That's when they
Mine's-
can't help but love you.
And when you can poop with the door open, you're married.
What do you guys think of her 6 signs to let you know that you're in love? Do you agree? Is there any signs that she left off the list? If so, let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you all next time on Pop Sugar.